Hi guys, Veggie Gamer back, and this is a bit of a different kind of video today, guys. It is kind of a vlog, kind of. I'm actually recording the audio after the fact. I actually wanted to record it during the journey, but it became quite a not so great thing to do. I'm actually a very anxious person in reality, guys, and for me to be able to talk to myself at length whilst there are people around me was quite a scary thing for me to try and do. And so what I've done is I've got a bunch of footage here and I'm going to be talking you through the journey to Dobby's grave at night. Now, as soon as I found out this was a thing, I definitely said I really wanted to go and check this out someday if I can. I then found out that it's actually in South Wales. Now, South Wales isn't too far away from where I live. You can get to Wales in like 2 hours. I live in Oxfordshire, and South Wales isn't too far away. It is at the pig's nose end of Wales, though. If you know Great Britain as a layout, Wales has almost like a pig's head shape. And yes, we needed to head to the snout, and so it was a long journey. Once we get to Wales, it was like another 3 or 4 hours. It was a big journey, guys, and we actually were going to be passing some other places that I do want to visit in the future. Gloucester Cathedral is somewhere that Harry Potter was also filmed in, and also somewhere near Bath, which has all sorts of random little places that were used, guys. It seems to be like a village, but it has a whole bunch of places that were filmed across the Harry Potter movies. Maybe that'll be for another journey. I was half thinking maybe trying to fit them all in one day, but it turned out this journey to Dobby's Beach, guys, was like a huge day excursion. It really was basically the entire day. Unfortunately, Woozle couldn't come with me, which is really heartbreaking. I really want to get Woozle to the beach sometime. She's been with me for like 1.5 years now, and like she's never experienced the beach, and so I think she'll absolutely love that. But this was just way too much of a long journey for her, so she stayed at home as I set off. We actually had to leave at 6 a.m. That journey takes us through the Cotswolds, which is very near where I live, all the way over to Bristol. And then we got to go over the Bristol Channel Bridge. I think it's called the Severn Bridge. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's also called the Prince of Wales Bridge. The thing with the things in Britain, guys, is that they tend to have several different names. But we crossed over the big bridge that takes you from Bristol over towards Newport in South Wales, which was very, very exciting. I have to say, I do have batophobia, which isn't a fear of bats. I have to explain that every single time. I do have batophobia where if I am near or inside a tall building, I feel very anxious, and just going over this huge bridge actually did affect that, guys. Yeah, it's something which I've always had. It's not a big deal. I can go inside a tall building and everything, but yeah, the soles of my feet start to sweat a bit, and my hands get all clingy, and yes, it's quite a stressful thing. So I even got that just by crossing over this bridge, but that's neither here nor there. We had to pass through, go past Cardiff, which is the capital of Wales. Unfortunately, we didn't really have much time to stop off there. We did see a huge Welsh dragon logo at one point, which was actually very, very stylish. But yes, went past Cardiff, heading past Swansea, all the way to Freshwater West Beach, which is the location where the Dobby scene took place. It's actually near a town called Pembroke. Unfortunately, I didn't really have much time to stop there. And also, this was actually on Easter Monday, and so basically 99% of the shops were shut, which is a little bit unfortunate. But Pembroke did look like an absolutely gorgeous place, actually. You know, considering how that I've lived in Oxfordshire nearly my entire life, it is ridiculous that I have not been to South Wales more. It is absolutely gorgeous. The scenery, the towns and cities that we passed by all look absolutely gorgeous, and so it really is somewhere which I really need to visit more. Actually, I should have said, oh my goodness, how did I forget about this? So guys, it is a thing at this freshwater beach where you take your own rock with your own little message written on it, or you could like write something on the rocks that are already there, which is something a lot of people do. And I thought it'd be nice to do my own, so I decided to, you know, I decided to put a bit of effort into it. I decided to do a Hufflepuff Pride rock. You know how proudful I am of Hufflepuff, guys. It really does mean a lot to me. In fact, yesterday when I was out shopping, I saw some kid with a Hufflepuff jumper on, and I so nearly said something to him, but I thought it'd be a a bit strange to do that, so I didn't. But yes, I decided to do Hufflepuff Pride. I decided to have the message, Hufflepuff loves you, Dobby, written on it. And so, that was I haven't done much painting, guys, but I actually really enjoyed doing this painted rock. One stupid thing is that I left it until Easter to do it. So I had all the paints and everything like that, but I didn't get the sealant. And so I basically had this rock all ready to go, but I had to seal it or it was all just going to run off and just be a complete mess. And so luckily I was able to head to a shop. There's a famous chain in the UK called Hobbycraft. And luckily in Cardiff, on the way to Dobby's Beach, I was able to stop off, get this sealant, and cover it all with a few coats on the journey. We'd be like stopping off after a couple of hours and then doing another coat, and so on and so forth. So when we actually got to the beach, it was actually in a perfect state to actually be placed, which thank goodness it was. If Hobbycraft wasn't open, this would have been a complete wasted journey, because I couldn't just leave the rock there to just have all the paint running off it. And so that was very, very lucky that I was able to get that part done. All the way over to Pembrokeshire, and finally we got over to we got off the motorway onto the dual carriageways, onto the normal roads, and then we got to the proper back street not back street, sort of like, you know, out in the sticks roads where it's mostly one-way roads and you have to like wait for people to go past you and so on. And finally we started to get out towards the country where there was no like towns or anything around. And then we saw the stretch. It really is an absolutely gorgeous beach. Like I say, this is Freshwater West, it's called. And it is absolutely glorious. Living in Oxfordshire, it's rare that I get to see the coast. And so it was so nice to see such a huge, beautiful beach. It really, really was. The house that is in the movie, I may have this a little bit wrong. I believe that it was built for the movie. And I think that originally it was left there, I believe, as like almost like a tourist sort of kind of thing. But then it started to fall to pieces, so the house was removed. But Dobby's grave, I knew, was a place where people would go and place rocks with little messages on and so on, because I'd seen pictures of it. I had no idea of how huge it had become. So like I say, I really wanted to be able to commentate on the Dobby's grave in person. But it was very windy, and like I say, there were a lot of people around, a lot of other people leaving rocks and so on. I believe that the thing is that there's pens there if you want to just write a quick message to Dobby and leave it on there, but we did see other people actually, you know, getting out their cars with their rocks really excitedly going to take it to the grave. And it's something which a lot of people are hanging out in, guys. Obviously, I'm sure the locals are more just hanging out on the beach doing surfing and everything. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous beach, it really is. But a lot of people going around Dobby's grave, reading all the messages and everything. Some of them are absolutely so sweet. So the artwork on some of them is absolutely beautiful, but all the messages written to Dobby are really, really sweet. I'm showing you as many of as I can in this video, but it really was quite a very sweet thing. And like I say, there are so many rocks there now. I wasn't expecting it to be anywhere near this size. A couple of fairly amusing things is, after looking around a bit, we found this other very small pile of rocks, and going over to it, you realise it's called the Bellatrix 8 Club, and it's all messages about Bellatrix and so on. They're not too rude. I think that probably the locals do police it to an extent, making sure that there's no rocks saying anything too nasty. But yeah, it's all like saying, "We hate you, Bellatrix, love Potter fans," and things like that. It was actually hilarious. It really was. Also, there was a rock on Dobby's grave which actually made me howl with laughter several times, saying it should have been Harry, which is... I hope that rock is sincere. If not, it's a hilarious joke. But yes, that was quite the rock there. But like I say, the artwork on some of these rocks were phenomenal. They really were beautifully painted pieces. And I decided, like I said, to take mine along. I put it in a okay place. I didn't want to put it at the top. That seems silly. I just wanted to make sure that my Hufflepuff team were represented in the I don't know. In a sense, I guess it is a shrine to this fictional character, guys. But people there were really quite taken back by it, and I was. It was quite amazing how much love this character has, and how people in the real world are representing their love for the character by taking these rocks there. So I got to place my rock there amongst everyone else's, and it was a really nice feeling to do so. From what I gather, there is discussions about potentially moving the grave to a place just off the beach. I think that's that the dunes are actually getting affected by how many rocks there are. There's something going on. Whenever I looked it up over the last couple of days, there is some sort of discussion, but I believe that the locals there are like saying, no, we really like it to be kept where it is, and so I'm sure even if it is moved, there will be something representing for Dobby that you can go and visit and place your rock at. So if you're ever in this corner of the world, I recommend it, guys. It is out in the sticks of the far corners of South Wales, but if you can make that journey, it was actually quite a magical thing. It really was. It was lovely. It really was genuinely lovely. And it is really so sweet that this character has so much love. As you know, or at least if you're watching this at the time that I post it, I've started the book reviews, and apparently Dobby is in the books a lot more than he is in the movies, and I can't wait to meet him in those. He is absolutely such a sweet character, and what a fantastic role he had in Deathly Hallows Part 1. R.I.P. Dobby. I feel very privileged to be able to add to your monument over in Freshwater West, and yes, I highly recommend going to check out if you can, guys. It's a big journey, but it's worth it. I actually got home at close to 10 PM as well, so luckily, obviously, Woozle was being looked after. I didn't leave her alone that long. But yes, that was quite the journey, and I'm very glad that I did it. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed my review of the journey to Dobby's Beach. I hope this has been an okay format. And yes, love every single one of you. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've been VeggieGamer, and I'll see you next time.